Another question, moving on, that we get asked about is how we blow these diaphragms on stand. You know, how much or how often, you know, is there a set pattern, you know, especially when we're doing, you know, repetition type stuff, which typically would be your prey distress, rabbit, bird, stuff like that, where you're going to be blowing it more often than say with cow vocals. And again, we don't have any rules on that. Go with what feels good. When I sit down on a stand, let's say rabbit distress, probably the most common sound used in predator hunting, period, is rabbit distress. When I sit down and start a stand, I don't have anything on my mind as far as what I'm fixing to do. I go strictly by what feels good to me, and that's it. I'll blow that call. I may blow it for 30 seconds and stop and wait for 2 minutes, or I may blow it for a minute and a half straight before I stop and take a breath. Typically what I do is blow that call in a rhythm and pattern that's all mixed up, and when it's time for me to take a breath, I stop and rest for a second or two, and then I go into it again. I don't get hung up with patterns or rhythms. I don't overthink anything. And you'll kill predators. Don't make it too hard. What about you guys on that? Do y'all have any kind of pattern as far as?
I tell you what, I think a lot of people get so worked up over that because they're used to the digital caller that goes over and over and over and over. You know, I'm like Tori. Whenever I use a call, it's just all by feel. You know, I go and I go and I go. I want to stop, take a break, look around. That's what I do. I cannot sit here and tell you exactly what I do on each stand because every one of them's different.
I agree with Dave. I mean, I get that question a lot. I mean, everybody like, you tell them you kill something. Well, tell me how to do that. I want you to explain step 1 through 9, exactly how you do that. Man, there's no way. I mean, I may go this time step 1, I may skip to step 4 this hunt, and I may just go all the way through them. I mean, no, like Dave said, like Tori said, no 2 stands are the same. Sometimes I'll sit there and call for 5 minutes straight. Sometimes I may call 30-second bursts, stop. It's all about feel. I can't reiterate that enough. It's all about feel. It's all about just instinct. And you're just going to have to play with that. I mean, that's one of those things that you don't learn, you just kind of feel. That's what makes you a good hunter.
Keep your predator hunting simple all the way around.
This is not hard.
It's you know, I know from when I first got started, I had all those same questions. You know, am I doing this right? Am I calling long enough? Am I calling too long? Am I changing my rhythm up too much? Am I not changing my rhythm enough? And after years of experience and trying different things, I realized there's no pattern to that. When a cow catches a rabbit, it doesn't scream the same every time. It's just something hurt. He knows it's hurt. Same way with a bobcat. They hear it. They don't pay any attention to your pattern, rhythm, or anything like that. Now, I will say that if you have your eyes on a predator, then you may be able to manipulate that somewhat by the sounds you're doing. You lip squeaks, for instance. You may throw some lip squeaks at him that changes from you doing rabbit distress over to lip squeaks, and that may be what triggers him to come the rest of the way in. Or you may change your pattern up just a little bit and realize that a little faster pace is what triggers that bobcat to get up that sat down out there behind the bush that you don't have a shot at to come on in. But when you're just blind calling, don't put too much thought into it. Go with a rhythm that's comfortable. Don't sit there and try to call so long trying to mimic an electronic call to the point that you're out of breath and it's uncomfortable to sit there on stand. Blow the call, stop when you feel like you need to, sit there for as long as you want to, and then call again. Just go with what feels good to you, you'll kill predators.
That's the thing, Tori. Me, you, or Dave, none of us blow these calls exactly the same. I mean, we all sound different. You'll see that when we do our sound demonstrations. My house don't sound like Tori's house or Dave's house. Our rabbit distress don't sound the same. Who's the best? All great callers. And that's why we all kill stuff. But we don't sound the same. So, I mean.
Fox.
Good looking fox. Didn't do too bad on him.
No.
Not barely been big.
First stand of the morning, gray fox. We done a bunch of stuff. We howled a little bit. Decided to end the stand with some gray fox distress to try to suck something in. We didn't do any good on the coats. Got the gray fox, MFK pup screamer, off of us, worked out perfect. Carry away and smoked another one. We can go make another stand.